Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Anwar Chaudhry on the stage.
Thank you, Kaisar. I felt I had to walk onto the stage, otherwise I won't have any time left to say anything. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I must begin with an apology for being late. It is true, you can't rely on a man to get anything right. So I ended up doing all sorts of things when I should be traveling to here. You know, it always reminds me of the adage, when I look at my bumbling life and my disorganization, my ups and downs, it reminds me of the English adage that behind every successful man is a really surprised woman. How on earth does this man ever get anything right? But for me, it's the other way around. It's actually behind every amazing woman is a very grateful man, and I am one such man. So I am really honored to be here, to be invited here to say a few words. International Women's Day is a celebration, and I've always taken it as a celebration, not so much as a day where we look at all the fights that we have ahead, all the things that is still left to do, but all the things that has been achieved, and what makes for a man life worth living. So it's a day of celebration, and I know this personally, because as a husband and a father of 3 young daughters, every day is certainly a National Women's Day in my house, and occasionally one day every year turns out to be International Women's Day. But you know, it is sad and really shocking and surprising and stupid that we still have these issues to talk about, where we're talking about equality of half of humanity, and that there's still all this to do, even in supposedly, allegedly advanced countries, that we have all this stuff left before we can achieve equality. That saddens me, irritates me, and I always say, look, if you meet a person who doesn't get that, who doesn't understand that, who is so backward that he thinks half of humanity is somehow inferior, ignore this idiot. This guy is a moron. Doesn't deserve your time. Really doesn't deserve your time. And you shouldn't give him any time. He's a complete idiot. And I think we should move on to that. It's not about fighting and being a victim. I think we've moved on from that. Certainly in many countries we are reaching that point. And as days goes on, that will get better and better. But I still don't forget that in too many countries, too many parts of the world, women really are victims. And it's not a fight for equality, it's a fight for survival. And that's where our attention should be. To our sisters, our mothers, who are stuck in these societies with these terrible attitudes, trying to find a life of happiness, trying to do all the things that are needed for her family, and yet being suppressed by society all around. And we still have a lot of work to do in that area, and that's where we should be focused. And a lot of that issue is, as you know, more than me, it's about power. A lot of it is about power. And it reminds me of a little incident in Bangladesh where I realized how subtle power can be. I don't know if you remember Cyclone Sidr. That was in 2007, and I was the High Commissioner in Bangladesh at that time. And at that time, villages were devastated, and lots of people lost their homes. So we got some money together to build people homes, and and then fix the roads and all of that. So we built it's about 110 houses in a village, and we decided that we'll give this house free to this individual or to these families, but we will give the deed of the house, the ownership of the house, to the woman. Okay, so she owned the house, not the man. And we did that for obvious reasons. And then I remember when we opened the first house with it was Duke of Gloucester who flew over from here to give the key to the first lady, that was going to own this house. So we gave her a key, and she was very happy and all that. And then we asked her husband, then your wife is now very rich. আপনি এখন কি করবেন? ও বলল, স্যার, ও যা বলবে আমি এটা করব। In English, after we gave the key to the woman who owned the house, we asked the man, what will you do now? He said, sir, I will do whatever she says. And in that, there was a lot in that. Or, in an instant, a man's attitude changed completely. And what was it about? It was essentially power. Okay. And women are now everywhere becoming more and more powerful. That's absolutely fantastic. Long shall that continue. It must continue. Because that's the way that we'll get rid of this forever. Okay? So please carry on the good work. But please also be kind. We need you to be kind. I think God created women because he was kind. Otherwise he just would have left it at man. I'm sure that's the reason. And as you take on these fights as amazing women, be amazing human beings.
Indeed.
Because we need you to be that. A man won't be that. It's much more difficult. Be amazing human beings because we rely on you to be that. And you can rely on us. We're really two parts of the same coin, aren't we? Yeah, two sides of the coin, right? On the other side is a female, or on this side is male. We exist together. One doesn't exist with the other. So remember to be kind to us as well. Some of us actually need you. Most of us are quite weak, and we need your strength. We need your guidance. We need you to do the responsible thing, because women don't do anything. They take responsibility.
Yes.
Which men find extremely difficult. Back to this, little story, which so later on we gave. It's the first time we built a house with electricity. So for these villagers, they hadn't seen electricity. So we thought, we give people electricity, they will do good things with it, right? So we asked the man, so what are you going to do with electricity? Solar panel electricity. And the man basically says, sir, I'm going to buy a TV. Okay? That was it, straight away. All the development people have told me that when we give electricity, they're going to put it to good use. We asked his wife what he's going to do with electricity, and she says, I'm going to make sure that my children study.
Well done.
That is absolutely true story of what happened. So, responsibility. We need you to take responsibility, to guide us. So please be that. Please be the women you are, with your kindness, your beautiful voices, your friendship. That's what humanity needs most. Thank you very much indeed.
Wow.
Thank you. Many thanks, Anwar Chaudhry. So next performance is a dance performance actually. So that is also an interpretation of women in power, a visual interpretation of women in power. Indrani Hussain came all the way from Wales. Indrani is a Bharatanatyam dancer. She is also a top rankers, one of the top rankers in Jadavpur University. So ladies and gentlemen, our next performance is dance, visual interpretation of women and power.
I would like to say a few words before I start my dance. First of all, I'm not from Wales, I'm from Gloucester. That's okay. I'm representing here or portraying here the two forms of the same goddess Parvati, which is Durga, who is, you can see, I don't know how much you can see in the bright lights. One side I've put as fairer version, which is the goddess Durga, the goddess of creation, the mother, the global mother, and the other part is dark, which portrays goddess Kali, Chandi, or on the other hand. So it's wherever you have got light, you've got darkness. So it's just two different forms of the same goddess. One is goddess of creation. She also kills the demons, but mainly Kali. She brings darkness, but to remove the evil of the world. And the other thing I must tell you is I had the choreography done a bit thinking of a bigger space. So with this space, I'll be making impromptu changes. So please forgive me if you find that my dance is not actually doing justice. I'm so sorry.
वितुण्डितशुण्डगयाधिपते रिपुगजगण्डविधारण चण्ड पराक्रमशुण्डमृगाधिपते निजभुजदण्डनिपातितखण्डविपातितहुण्डवटाधिपते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपत्तिनि शैलसुते जय 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 ऐरणदुर्मद शत्रुवतोदित दुर्धर निर्जर शक्तिविते चतुरविचार धुरीण महाशिव ध्रुवपिता प्रमथाधिपते दुरित दुरीह दुराशय दुर्मति दानवधूत पितान्तमते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपत्तिनि शैलसुते
How beautiful is this? Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together again for Injili. For a beautiful performance. We have about 3 more performances, and one among them is Kobigan. Musical fight between 2 musician or poets. I will talk on behalf of man, and then I'm sure I will win today against Lavoli. Lavoli will sing on behalf of women. So that is waiting, and I dare to take this competition on in the International Women's Day. Let's see. I'm sure man will support me, and I will get some soft corner from ladies as well. I believe. Anyway, so our next performer is next performance is spoken word performance by an Argentine poet, a wonderful Argentine poet, Gaby Sambusiti. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gaby Sambusiti on the stage.
Hello. Hi, thank you. Can I use the other one? Yeah, perfect. Hi, thank you for inviting me again. This is my 2nd year here. I saw very familiar faces. Sorry, I couldn't greet anyone really, not even Keisha. But thank you. It's always an honor to be here. And today I'm not going to talk about from my only from my perspective. I'm going to talk about how it's to be a woman in Latin America. But today I'm going to be a storyteller. So I have a tale, and I'm going to take a seat there. Okay, so I could be here for ages talking about how to be a woman from Latin America. But this year I decided to just tell you this story. And I'm going to need help. So I need a brave man from the audience, and he has to be very brave. Next to you. Next to you. Are you sure? Yeah? Because you need to be brave enough to be a woman. Yeah?
Almost there.
Okay. And I'm going to need 3 more extras. 2 men and 1 woman. So we have 1 brave man here, another man, 1 woman over there. Yeah, come. And for the extras, I just need you to take a seat for now, because he will start. And then I will give you some instructions. So, Keisha, now your name is Lily. And you were born in Latin America. Yeah. So first, I would like you to imagine that you're a woman. Your name is Lily, and you will get up one Monday morning, and you will need to get ready for a job interview. So here you have a bit of help. You need to look very beautiful, but while you are like getting dressed and all that, your children, who is you, will trying to get your attention all the time, like mommy, 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 mommy. Yeah. Okay, so that's your first. It's like theater and storytelling. Yeah. So you are getting ready for your job interview. You have only 5 minutes, 5 quick minutes. Yeah. So taka, taka, taka. If you open the bag, you have your dress and all. Open the bag. That's yours as well. So you have a wig. Quick, quick, quick. And you have to tell mommy, 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 I need your attention. Come on, come on. It's getting late. Yeah. You need to do that as smart as possible. Okay. Get ready, get ready. Okay, now you need to take him to the nursery and then go to the job interview. And your potential manager will be there. So where's the other man, the other extra? No, I need one more man. Yeah. You? You. Perfect. So you are the potential manager. So you need to go to the nursery with him and then go to meet him, your potential manager, for your job interview. Okay, once you get in the office to get the interview, your potential manager will be looking at you a bit flirty. And making inappropriate comments about your dress. You will take the interview, but you will treat him as an idiot, a completely idiot.
I'm very good at competing. Yeah. I can do Photoshop.
Right, that's fine. So this will be allowed in any office.
Well, I can change. Hey, good, sir.
Okay, you cannot stay there any longer because you need to take your child from the nursery. So you need to say goodbye and go to take your child again and then go back home. You need to do it quickly, like bye-bye.
Yeah, so,
I do.
my boy is waiting.
Also, you have to know how to manage your family.
I will write a video from
I will try to give you a chance. All right. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Okay, once you take your child from nursery, you go back home and there you will have your husband, which is you, with a friend, that is you, and you will be taking some beers and watching TV, and you will be back home with your child. So you can, if you like, you can go and put it together there in the middle of the scenario. Yeah, you will be just drinking beer. And you, Lily, you will have to make food for your child, but you will try to also entertain them. And they will be watching TV and making comments about women on TV, and you will make comments about how attractive those women are. Yeah, just beautiful. They are lovely. They are, yeah, they are amazing, and la la. And you will be making food, I know, for your child, and you will be a bit
Please assume that
desperate.
I'm making food for everyone.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm very good at making down though. Yeah.
After a whole day after a whole day listening to people talking about bodies, you will become a bit obsessed with your body. So you will look yourself in the reflection of the window in the kitchen. You will think there is something wrong with your body. And your body is the only thing that matters in society, because because society doesn't take into account your abilities. And everyone thinks you are too stupid, and your body is the only thing that matters now. So you are going to get a bit bored. You will take a book that is a book written by a man, and it's about how women are. You will get a bit bored, and you will take a mobile, and it's your husband's mobile, and you will look at the time, and you will realize there is a text from another woman.
Wow.
It's his receptionist, and she's sitting next to it, and they've been cheating on you. And you get really upset with him, and you go and confront him.
Sounds, get him. I make it.
But your husband, instead of taking you seriously, he will say that you are crazy, and you have a lot of issues, and you are ugly, fat, all. And that's why he cheated on you. So the fault will be yours. You will go to cry alone to your room, and you will take a lot of sleeping pills. But your child will also calling you, "Mommy, mommy," and he will need your attention.
Mommy, mommy, my
So you won't sleep very well tonight.
remote is not working.
Okay, this is the end of the story. Thank you very much.
Well
And a big applause to all my extras. You did it wonderfully. So this is, thank you. Yeah. So just a little thing to finish. So I chose a man to start this story because as women, we have a disease of making unnatural things natural. So this was a day in the life of a Latin American woman. Imagine 2 days, imagine 1 month, imagine a year, or even a lifetime. In order to make natural things unnatural again, we need knowledge. And knowledge is like the sun, and we need to get close to it in order to survive and have a better life. Thank you.
Many thanks, Gaby. I think I did my role okay. Very good. Thank you. Our last performance, dance performance, not last performance actually, last dance performance by Surya Sultana. Most of you are familiar with her mesmerizing performances. She is a teacher, she is the founder of Surya's Fusion, and she also is a leading character of new introduction in the Western scene, which is called Falagan, Bengali opera. So ladies and gentlemen, our next performance and last dance performance by Surya Sultana.
चाहिया दिल गगन शाम आवे दिल गान गाहिया सजन सजन गान गाए देख अदो चाहिया दिल गगन शाम आवे दिल गान गाहिया
सहचरी सब नाच नाच मिलन गीत गाओ रे चंचल मंजीर रंग कुंज गगन छाओ रे सजनिया बहुजार बदिर तन करी पझालिया सजनिया बहुजार बदिर तन करी पझालिया सुरभि तरह कुंज भवन गंध सलिल ढालिया सजनी सजनी राधिकालो देख लग पुछालिया मल्लिका चमेली बेली कुसुम तुलह बालिका गांठ ज्योति गांठ जाति गांठ बकुल मालिका ऋषिक नयन भानु सिंह कुंज पथ बचा दिया ऋषिक नयन भानु सिंह कुंज पथ बचा दिया मृदुल दमन श्याम आवे मृदुल गान गादिया सजनी सजनी राधिकालो देख रब पूजा दिया मृदुल दमन श्याम आवे मृदुल गान गादिया
सजनी सजनी
सजनी
सजनी सजनी
सजनी
सजनी
सजनी
सजनी
सजनी सजनी राधिकालो देख अब पूजा दिया सजनी सजनी राधिकालो देख अब पूजा दिया
Many thanks to the exploring love from Radha's point of view. The next session is definitely Kobigan, but in between Kobigan, I would like to invite Fadanas, an acclaimed poet. Please come on the stage and read one poem from your collection. So Farah is a published poet. Her poetry has been published in so many poetry anthologies. She also is an editor as well. So our next performer is Farah Naz.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Crossover, for inviting me. It's a privilege being here, and I'm happy to see all the lovely faces. I'm going to read a poem which I wrote when there was so much rape was going on in Bangladesh. And then I work in a school actually, and I'm an interpreter too, so I do a lot of interpreting for the Tar Hamlets. So while doing interpreting for Tar Hamlets, I have seen women. I have seen how women is being abused and how they have suffered domestic violence. And later I did the meditating for them, and then I found out, like, the government, the UK government spent 23 billion a year for the domestic violence, and that really made my heart sunk. And when I came back home, I was speaking to my husband, and I was telling him that, I find it very difficult to interpret for a woman when they suffer from domestic violence. And then he was saying that, well, you can't change few things. And then I was saying that, I want to see men in a different way. He said, well, how do you want to see a man? I said, I don't know. Our High Commissioner said that he wants women to be kind. We were made being kind, but, I also want men to be kind. And when I was thinking that, completely a different version of men came to my mind. And people asked me that, how do you want to see men? I said, this is how I want to see men. So I'm going to read that poem. It's called Ode to Men. Oh men, I wish you to know how I admire to see you. When I'm your daughter, I want you to feel that I'm part of your life that you took pride in making, as I carry half of your genetic makeup. You'd protect me, nurture me, and provide me beyond any worldly means. Teach me about life and living, being a father. You teach me the right from the wrong, instill in me values that I would be strong. You'd say to hold up my head high, so I can carry myself with pride. I would like to tell the world that a father like you has a heart of gold, a solid character which shines above all. My pillar when I know I would fall, my anchor so strong and tall, a firm foundation that I stand on during the storms of life. Oh men, I wish you to see me as your most beloved one, whom you cherish throughout time, being the love of your life. In me, you'll see a soul whom you'd love to fondle. Make love with the passion of unseen heaven, that meant to be true beyond celestial means. I want to feel warm and comfortable in your amorous caress. I want you to feel that I'm your equal half. I also want you to hold you in my tender arms, close to my bosom, and breathe from your breath. I want you to kiss with equal depth. I want you to feel that our one union make the God's world glow. And I want you to treasure such a divinity of love. I want you to know that be someone whom I would look up to with all my just virtues. Oh men, I want your affection, like soothing canopy of an oak, being my brother. I want you to see that invisible bond of siblings' love that would mold our lives together in harmony. When I struggle through the moment of despair, be that someone so bold to come to my defense as a warrior. I want you to be the one assuring me that odd will fade out. I want you to know that a brother's love is a sister's greatest treasure. Oh men, I want you to know how my womb nourished you. I want you to know how my womb nourished you with every drop of my blood and sweat. Through me, you breathed for long 9 months, that invisible bond of umbilical cords. Hold much stronger love above all. I suckled you, fed you. I taught you to stand and learn. I passed numerous sleepless nights for your upbringing and well-being of life. When I'm your mother, let your hands be my comfort. Lift me up when I fall short, a sturdy and assured hand to hold on in times of stress and strife. Let your eyes glow with love and respect. When you look at me, and never you forget that once your tiny fingers held on to me. Let my heart find solace in your warmth. Let me find a source of strength and support when I look at you as my son. Oh men, In you, I want to discover a pleasant soul. In you, I want to discover a pleasant soul. As your companion, I want to feel secure in your presence. I want to put my trust on you when I walk with you at any time of the day. In times of difficult needs, I want to rely on a gentle soul to ease my unresolved distress. Oh men, you have many beautiful phases of life to live on. You have many beautiful phases of life to live on. From the time immemorial, you have been the half part of the procreation. You have been the equal provider of love, shelter, and shield. In you, I see a loving father, a caring partner, an affectionate brother, a doting son, a comforting, confident, and a modest man. O man, let us glorify all those bones that embellish life. O man, be a human. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, our next performance, the last performance, is Kobe Gun. Imagine we are sitting on the banyan tree, lots of lanterns in the branches of the tree, and you are just witnessing what is happening between me and Laboni Borua. Ladies and gentlemen, please, please, please join me in welcoming Laboni Borua that I would like to fight with. And Amit, and I also would like to invite Sarel, if you just come close to me. So I need a support. I need a support. I know that every lady will also support me because
শুরুতে কি হার মেনে নিলেন না ভয় পাইছেন
no, প্রশ্নই ওঠে না।
প্রশ্নই আসে না বাহ বাহ বাহ
বিনা যুদ্ধে নাহি দেব সুতাগ্র বেদিনী।
বাহ 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 সাহস দেখে অবাক হলাম।
আচ্ছা, এরকম একটা কাগজ যারা একটু আপনাদের ডিটেলস গুলো লিখে দিয়েছেন, এটা দ্যাটস গন মিসিং। যদি থাকে আপনারা নিজেদের নাম্বার, নিজেদের কন্ট্যাক্ট গুলো দিয়েছেন, কেউ যদি দেখে থাকেন এটা প্লিজ আমার কাছে। হ্যাঁ, fantastic mode. হ্যাঁ, great, thank you. So let us, old man, make our effort to beat Laboni today. I got the train man now.
এই নারী হয় গোতের খুঁটি তাহার খবর আগে কর। এই নারী হয় গোতের খুঁটি তাহার খবর আগে করে নারীর চরণ তলে তুই পাইবি খবর হইবি অমর নারীর চরণ তলে তুই পাইবি খবর হইবি অমর নারীর চরণ তলে এই নারী হয় গোতের খুঁটি তাহার খবর আগে এই নারী হয় poetic fight between men versus women with Abd Kaiser. I am welcoming you all in this beautiful and one of the most ancient genres of Bengali music. Ahmed Kaiser has decided, as usual, to glorify men over women. I'm surprised. He's doing it at International Women's Day. Are you all with me? সবাই আছেন তো আমার সাথে? আচ্ছা একটু কলিজাটা কামাই দিতে হবে। আছেন তো আমার সাথে? এই তো একটু ভয় পান ভাই এখন, হ্যাঁ? Okay, and while everyone knows, even being a poet, you must know that immortality stays under the feet of an woman. Immortality stays under the feet of an woman. You can't be a successful man unless you devote to dust under the feet of a woman. I have a question. Can Ahmed Kaiser tell me and my audience the name of two angels who came to rescue the world, and then both of them became a slave of a woman, fought each other to win the heart of that woman and punished by God? ও তুই পাইবি খবর হইবি ওর রাগের চরণ কার।
Is Rahul Chaudhary here?
Oh, you need more men to support you.
Unfortunately, Mayabini Kalshabini. Exactly. Jagat jure kherai. Purush moilo bevichare. পুরুষ মহিলা বেভিচারে নারী কিন্তু দোষী নয় মায়াবিনী কাল নাগিনী কালনাগিনী কাল সাপিনী কালনাগিনী কাল সাপিনী জগৎ খেয়েছে জগৎ খেয়েছে পুরুষ মহিলা বেভিচারে নারী কিন্তু দোষী নয় মায়াবিনী কাল নাগিনী। জন্ম দিল রেখে আপন উদরে আরেক নারী প্রেম শিখাইল যাইয়া গো বাসর ঘরে এক নারী জন্ম দিল রেখে আপন উদরে আরেক নারী প্রেম শিখাইল যাইয়া গো বাসর ঘরে জগৎ জুড়ে একই নারী নারী চেনা বিষমদায় নারী চেনা বিষমদায় ভাইয়া না গিরির কামড় নারী চেনা বিষমদায় Rangini kalnagini, mayabini kalnagini, kalshabini kalnagini, jagat khece roy. Purush mano bevichare, nari kintu doshi noy. Mayabini kalnagini. So dear audience, I dared to talk on behalf of the most tortured species in the world, man. As you know, Lavani is a popular singer. I'm rather surprised that she's talking on behalf of women today, as she knows even more than me how many lovers devoted their lives, even their poetic creativity for her. Just ruminate those memories, Lavani. এ জগতে পুরুষ বড়, এ জগতে পুরুষ বড়, দেখ খুলে কোরআন, জগতে পুরুষই প্রধান, জগতে পুরুষই প্রধান।
আস্তে 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 ব্যবস্থা হচ্ছে।
এ জগতে পুরুষ বড়, এ জগতে পুরুষ বড়, দেখ খুলে কোরআন, জগতে পুরুষই প্রধান, জগতে পুরুষই প্রধান। ছিল আরো সে লেখা লা ইলাহা ইল্লাল্লাহু মুহাম্মদ সখা, ছিল আরো সে লেখা লা ইলাহা ইল্লাল্লাহু মুহাম্মদ সখা। পড়িয়া দেখা দিস দেখা, পড়িয়া দেখা দিস দেখা, পবিত্র কোরআন জগতে, দান জগতে পুরুষই প্রধান, জগতে পুরুষই প্রধান। So Lavani asked me a question about two angels who devoted their lives actually for someone called Zuhra, Ferishta Nandita Zuhra, and Harut Marut are the two angels. So that's how man actually devotes their life for woman. They get tortured, still they don't care. They focus on, they never change their direction. So I would ask Lavani, if you kindly tell me, I'm sure you are aware of human genesis according to Bible. Could you tell me the reason why Adam was expelled from the heaven? Was it his fault?
Yes.
Could you just tell me now? জগতে পুরুষই প্রধান, জগতে প্রধান, জগতে পুরুষই প্রধান, জগতে পুরুষই প্রধান, জগতে পুরুষই প্রধান।
নারীর চরণ অমূল্য রত্ন, যাহারে ভজিলে পাবে মনোজের দর্শন। মায়ের কাছে সাধনে ভজন, মায়ের কাছে সাধনে ভজন, সারা জীবন ভুলিয়া নারী জগতেরই মন, নারী জগতেরই মন। যাহার গর্ভে জন্ম নিল, যাহার গর্ভে জন্ম নিল মুহাম্মদ রাসূল, নারী জগতেরই মন, নারী জগতেরই মন, নারী জগতেরই মন। শুনিরে বহনি পুরুষেরই গান, মায়ের কাছে আছে একটা পুরুষ মারার ঘর। শুনিরে বহনি পুরুষেরই গান, মায়ের কাছে আছে একটা পুরুষ মারার ঘর। লজ্জা স্টিমার ছবি আছে, লজ্জা স্টিমার ছবি আছে, ভাগ্য করে ফুল মায়া, জগতেরই বল মায়া, জগতেরই বল। Now, Kaisar sang a song which is just a manifestation of his deluded mind. তিনি গাইলেন সবার থেকে পুরুষ বড়। আমি তাকে একটা কথা স্মরণ করিয়ে দিতে চাই, doesn't matter whoever you are, saint or prophet, you have a mother, and this mother is the way of your salvation, is the main reason of whatever you are. All books of theology therefore say, seek the heaven under the feet of your mother. Peter Forgive, Alia Jara. Jugi Jugi Mayar Kache Puira Chekora. Jana Dawan Janama Bhoira, Jana Dawan Janama Bhoira, Kore Ache Bhol Nari, Jagotere Bol Nari, Jagotere Bol Nari, Jagotere Bol. Jahar Gorbe Janama Nilo, Jahar Gorbe Janama Nilo, Muhammad Rasul Nari, Jagotere Bol Nari, Jagotere Bol. Many thanks for answering my question. Now I am answering what he asked me. According to the fall of man in the Bible, Eve was tempted by the divine fruit and made all of us released from the monotony of heavenly life. I think Eve should be glorified and praised. Don't you think so? Do you think so? Eve should be praised and glorified because she is the one who went for the adventure and made us feel the taste of this wonderful life in this earth. Hope you got your answer, Mr. Ahmed Kasha.
এখন কাঁদিলে কি যাবে দুঃখ,
Kandina, Kandina.
কাঁদিলে কি যাবে দুঃখ, না যাই না কইরাছি ভুল, এতদিনে টের পাইছি এই নারী আমার নষ্টের মূল, এতদিনে টের পাইছি এই নারী আমার নষ্টের মূল। কাঁদিলে কি যাবে দুঃখ, কাঁদিলে কি যাবে দুঃখ, না যাই না কইরাছি ভুল, এতদিনে টের পাইছি এই নারী আমার নষ্টের মূল, এতদিনে টের পাইছি এই নারী আমার নষ্টের মূল। সকরিয়া বিয়া কইরা বউ কইরা আনলাম ঘরে, আশা ছিল সময় মতো খাবার দিবে আমারে, বিয়া কইরা বই কইরা আনলাম ঘরে, আশা ছিল সময় মতো খাবার দিবে আমারে, এখন নিজে খাই সেই উত্তর পুরে, নিজে খাই সেই উত্তর পুরে, আমার দেশ পাইছি এই নারী আমার নষ্টের মূল, এতদিনে পাইছি এই নারী আমার নষ্টের মূল। আলতা লাগে ওরে সোনো লাগে, আলতা লাগে সোনো লাগে, আরো লাগে খোপার ফল, হাতে চুড়ি গলায় মালা লাগে, আরো কানের দুল, হাতে চুড়ি গলায় মালা লাগে, আরো কানের দুল, একটুখানি কম পড়িলে, একটুখানি কম পড়িলে, কি বেগাদা করছি রে ভাই, একটুখানি কম পড়িলে তাই না মাথায় মাথার চুল, এতদিনে পাইছি এই নারী পাইছি এই নারী আমার মতে ভুল এতদিনে পাইছি এই নারী আমার মতে ভুল Let me not talk anymore.
Please.
Perhaps those who are witnessing, they know this is the usual scenario of a tortured species of the world. The only tortured species in the world, man. Thank you. All said.
All set from your part, yeah? Okay. But the thing is, I'm sure this is just waste of my time to saying anything in favor of women. Although Kaisha stood up to disagree, right? He stood up to disagree. And আমি যাই বলবো সে আজকে নাই করে যাবে হ্যাঁ but we all know men were just a waste of space in the heaven without women. Women were created to make the use of human life, to guide them towards peace and wisdom. নারী হইল শান্তি দায়ী সবারই জানা ও তার সাধন করোনা হাদিসে আছে বর্ণনা নারী হইল শান্তি দায়ী সবারই জানা ও তার সাধন করোনা হাদিসে আছে বর্ণনা নারী হইল শান্তি দায়ী
সবাই যদি এমন হতো
বুঝতে হবে বুঝলাম জগতে এক মায়া ছিল কুরানে আছে প্রমাণ জীবনে বিয়ে বসিনি ঈশানবে রাজা জগতে এক মায়া ছিল কুরানে আছে প্রমাণ জীবনে বিয়ে বসিনি ঈশানবে রাজা এই পুরুষে নিন্দা করলো এই পুরুষে নিন্দা করলো দূরে দূরে পালিয়ে দিল রেহাই পেল না ও তার সাধন করলো না হাদিসে আছে বর্ণনা নারী হল শান্তি দায়ী সদ সাধনা ও তার সাধন করলো না হাদিসে আছে বর্ণনা নারী হল শান্তি দায়ী নারী হল শান্তি দায়ী নারী হল শান্তি দায়ী My dear audience, I'm finishing now. Hope Kaiser wouldn't disagree anymore if he had any knowledge of Genesis.
I have no knowledge according to you, but every suffered soul in man's
আপনি
birth,
সবাইকে টানতেছেন কেন
everyone knows. I'm reflecting their pain and agony. But I agree on the fact that Nari, like Anurbai said, if they are kind, if they, kindness is very important. If they're kind, the world would be different place. I think.
পথে আসছেন
পথে আসেনি এই কথা কত জ্ঞানী গণী আউলিয়ারা নারীর প্রেমে পড়িয়া জগৎটারে জীবনটারে কাটাই দিল গাছতলাতে বসিয়া নারী 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 কত জ্ঞানী গণী আউলিয়ারা নারীর প্রেমে পড়িয়া জীবনটারে কাটাই দিল গাছতলাতে বসিয়া যে পেয়েছে নারীর সন্ধান যে পেয়েছে নারীর সন্ধান জীবনে সেই অমর হইল জীবনে সেই অমর হইল খাইয়া না গিনির কামড় খাইয়া না গিনির কামড় Ayana Pili Kamo Roka Rishi Kalvidai Maya Pili Kal Shapini Jagat June Kredai Go Jagat June Kredai Go Pili Kal Shapini Maya Pili Kal Shapini Jagat June Kredai Go Jagat June Kredai Purush Moila Baby Chale Purush Moila Baby Chale Nani Kintu Kushi Noi Pili Kal Shapini. Many thanks, Lavani. I have to agree because I know if I don't, even I can't dare to say anymore, and you can understand why. Why? Exactly. we have to go home.
If you don't agree, just think about it, you have to go home.
Yeah, so I agree on the fact that I need a peace when I go home. So I agree, Lavani.
Thank you very much for understanding.
Many thanks. Many thanks, Lavani, for this beautiful presentation. And many thanks, Rodney, for doing such a hard work there. I would like to, as the last one, I would like to introduce the lady behind everything of this event, the one who was founder of Nari Chetana, a phenomenal lady, Sayyida Nazreen Sultana Shikha. She's the one who organizes 3-day celebration of Bengali New Year here in East London. I also would like to introduce one of my friends who came, Juliet Macapilla, a social changer, social justice campaigner. Many thanks for joining. Shikaba, would like to say 1 or 2 words? আমি ভালো করেছি কিন্তু এই লাবণীকে একা বললে তো হবে না লাবণীর সাথে তো গিভ আপ করলাম ভয়ে because exactly I have fear I have to
Thank you, darling.
Well, I have no word to say. Thank you to all of you. We have the privilege to have you all, an honorable audience, especially. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Without your support, we will not be able to success our event. And thank you for all the participants who have voluntarily come over and make our event successful. Without your contribution, we will have no possible to bring that honorable audience here. Thank you so much. You always support us. Without you, we are not able to do anything. And especially, thank you so much for our young star and our promising future bright generation who will carry on our work year after year, decade after decade. We will see you, our work reflects on you. Thank you so much, young generation who came here, have an intellectual debate. Thank you so much. And I can say we all of many women have so many struggle in our life, and we know what our struggle. I just like to say one word. Please, we want respect, recognition, appreciation, and values. It should be start from our own home. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everybody.
And many thanks to the management of Popular Union. Painstakingly, we run out of predicted time. Well, many thanks for your generosity and have a wonderful rest of the evening.
Thank you so much to everybody who's joined in. Also, from wherever you're joining from, thank you so much for staying with us the whole evening. And it was absolutely wonderful. I hope you've enjoyed. I love different cultures. This is Bengali, Bangladesh tonight. They've mixed it up, and indeed, it was a special day. I am delighted to be invited here with them here today, and I thought that I'm gonna just Appreciate all of you. So indeed, thank you so much. And on behalf of something that I wrote just to appreciate the whole day today, I want to leave it with you to say the relationship that you have with people is very important. Be the good you would like to see. This moment you have now, and you will never have it again. How can you fight racism when you yourself are racism? So I wrote that stop the fight on racism and fight discrimination as well. So I felt I will leave you with that, and also think about it from a woman's perspective. It is equal for equal, that's our hashtag. And just a quick poem that I wrote here today for earlier on. I had performed this poem somewhere else. I'm going to say it before I say goodnight here today. So I named this poem, or I called it, Who is Responsible for Inequality in the World? That's the title of the poem. So I'll go. Imagine for centuries how it has been from 1908 to date. What has changed most for women? The right to vote? Aha. Okay. What more has been done? I question. Are we serious or are we jokers? Are we love or are we takers? Are we love or are we takers? Are we ignorant or are we biased? Oh, mama! World, only us can answer that question. Happiness begins with all of us. Yes, we are the people who decide how, when, where, and when. And if we say it today, we need it. Change. How easy is it? Oh, alas. Aha! There she goes. Here she is. They say stigma, stereotype, whoopsie. And yes, there's some great leaders and men, yet some are even stopped. Oh, who is responsible for hashtag equal for equal? Let's celebrate women in all platforms of our world. I'll leave you with that, and it's your one and only African Wonder Woman leaving it to you here today. And I'm gonna say it's a good night from me. Good night, everyone. Bye bye. Thank you so much to everybody who has joined in today from wherever you're watching me from. Before I run out of my battery, it's a good night from me. Happy International Women's Day. See you later. Bye bye.